Guys, I have just bought so many secondhand books and my arms are killing me. I've just been traipsing like a million books through Brighton city centre, so now I'm really excited to get them off of my arms and into a haul. I'm gonna haul all the books that I just bought from the charity shops. I love buying books in charity shops. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. It's my favorite way to buy books because it makes me feel like Greta Thunberg, so sustainable. And whenever I do buy books from charity shops, I always put like a little mini haul on my Instagram stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you really should. And whenever I do that, you guys are always messaging back being like, girl, how do you keep finding such great books in charity shops? One girl actually said to me the other day, she was like, the only books I ever find in my local charity shops are like Wayne Rooney autobiographies. What is it with the abandoned autobiography sections of charity shops? There's no autobiographies in this haul, I don't think. Let's be real. Unless it was like Julia Fox's, then I ain't gonna buy that. I don't know how many books are in these here bags. This is a Waterstones bag, but they are all secondhand. So, should we just go through them? Should we just start going through them, eh? Okay, where are we gonna start? This one has orange pages. Nice. This is Luster. I saw people talking about this like 2 years ago, I want to say, and this cover always stuck in my head. I actually don't know what this book is about, but I like the cover. Edie is just trying to survive. She's messing up in her dead-end job, and her relationship with Eric, a white middle-aged archivist in an open marriage, is not uncomplicated. When she visits the suburban home Eric shares with his wife, Edie doesn't think she will be asked to stay or asked to provide advice to their adopted black daughter. Least of all does Edie expect that there she will be given space to do the thing that means the most to her, to paint, to document on canvas her own life, finally. Interesting. There's a lot of different elements to that then, I guess. I don't know, the whole like open marriage and then she went to his house was the bit that intrigued me the most, and red, yellow, orange, red, yellow, orange, fuck me. Orange pages. Oh my god, I just read the word abortion. Okay, I'm gonna put it away. Oh, I got a hardback, and I'm gonna be real, I'm not one for hardback books. I don't like hardbacks. Controversial, I know. But that's because I'm a tote bag girly, and I like to take my books out with me, and I like to throw them in my tote bag, and I like to not have to worry about them. But I am a ball of worry if it's a hardback. I can appreciate how beautiful hardbacks are, but they're just not compatible with my lifestyle, you know what I mean? But I got this massive hardback because obviously they didn't have any other versions. Want by Jillian Anderson, and I didn't know what this book was until I already bought it and brought it home, and it's all about sex. It's a big sex book. But I saw Georgia Marie raving about this on her Instagram story. That's another booktuber that you should check out. Georgia Marie's is her little channel name. But yeah, I saw her talking about this. I'm pretty sure I've seen Jack Edwards talking about this. It's a bunch of different sex stories, all anonymous and, you know, just shoved in a big book. When we talk about sex, we talk about womanhood and motherhood, infidelity and exploitation, consent and respect, fairness and egalitarianism, love and hate, pleasure and pain, and yet so many of us don't talk about it at all. Ooh. In this groundbreaking book, Jillian Anderson collects and introduces the anonymous sexual fantasies of women from around the world. Cool. Cool. And it is that Jillian Anderson as well. It's the Jillian Anderson, you know? The guy in the charity shop when I was checking out with this, he was like, I thought that this was Jillian Anderson, the actress. And so in my head, I'm thinking, oh, well, there's two Jillian Andersons then. No, I open it and there she is. Oh, wait, I know that this is just a book haul, but I do have to show you. I got sidetracked by this little bag in the charity shop because it's my favorite shade of pink. I love like raspberry pink. Oh gosh, isn't she lovely? How much was it? Like £5. Bargain. I got High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, which is the book that inspired the film High Fidelity, and I think it's got Jack Black in it. I was just trying to Google this and I can't find it. I don't know why, I just need to know if Jack Black is in things. Yeah, it's got Jack Black in it. And that's actually about all I know. I'm gonna read the synopsis of the film because this doesn't have any... These are all just like quotes. Rob is a 30-year-old record store owner who is trying to understand why he is always unlucky in relationships. He attempts to reconcile his relationship with Laura, whom he recently dumped. And that's the only blurb that the internet is giving me. So records. I have such a thing about wanting to read the book before I watch the movie or the series. There's another one in here somewhere. Here we go. Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And again, this is another one that I've seen a lot on like BookTube, maybe 2 years ago. But the main reason I bought this, I'm not gonna lie, is because I seen this little sticker in the corner that there has been a major motion picture made with that guy. What's he called? My brain wants to call him Barry Keoghan. Freaking Cillian Murphy. But yeah, if I know that a movie or a series or something was a book first, then I will avoid that movie or that series like the plague until I've completed the book. And that makes it sound like I read a lot of books and then watch a lot of movie adaptations. Nope. It just means that I avoid movies that have books for some reason, on the off chance that I might want to read the book first before watching the movie. Anyways, I've decided I'm gonna do it with these ones. It's 1985 in an Irish town. Me double checking if it was Barry Keoghan for a second. Wait, is Cillian Murphy Irish too? Where Cillian Murphy from? Cork! But yeah, let me read you what this is about. It's in an Irish town. During the weeks leading up to Christmas, Bill Furlong, a coal and timber merchant, faces his busiest season. As he goes round the houses making deliveries, he feels the past rising up to meet him and encounters the complicit silences of a small community controlled by the church. And short, and not very many words on the page. Woo! I hate to be like anti-intellectualism, but when there's a small amount of word on page but word big, make me very happy. Oh, I would get flamed for that on TikTok. Movie books. Sorry to interrupt her real quick. Past Ellie, future Ellie here, or more specifically present Ellie. Like, I'm not like from the future, I'm not like an android, but anyway, I just wanted to interrupt her talking about books to talk about another one of my favorite pastimes. Jack can tell you, the man that knows me better than anyone on this earth, if I'm not reading a book, if I'm not listening to an audiobook, I'm playing games on my phone. Like, I am so serious. And if you've been a part of the eleanorneale community for any length of time, and if you're missing my main channel, well, first of all, I'm coming back. I'm defrosting right now as we speak. We are working on our comeback on the main channel. But to tide you over until then, I have a detective game for you to be playing. This little section of the video is sponsored by our longtime friends, June's Journey. In this game, you step into the role of a detective, a woman named June Parker, who is working to solve the murder of her own sister. The drama. In this game, there are hundreds of beautifully crafted scenes. It is so aesthetically pleasing. It's like decked out in 1920s glitz, glamour. It's like The Great Gatsby. So your mission is to uncover clues and find hidden objects. And then, like every great detective, you've got to piece together all the bits of the puzzle to reveal some family secrets and solve June's sister's murder. And alongside this detective storyline that you have going on, there's also a home makeover element of the game. Oh, I love it. You literally get to like remodel and fix up and decorate a mansion and the gardens around the mansion. I'm not gonna lie, I love playing this part of the game, but I'm not that proud of my mansion. Oh, I have seen some people's mansions and they are opulent. They are beautiful, and mine, I don't know, mine's just a bunch of flowers and fountains just because I like flowers. I don't know, maybe I need to work on it. But you can join clubs in the game and like participate in competitions. But what I love most about this game is that it has all of that mystery and suspense, obviously something that I've been missing while I've been away from my main channel. But this game isn't like scary. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, you're intrigued, but I like playing this game to like wind down if I'm in the bath or in bed at the end of the day. As you progress through the game's chapters, you're constantly like uncovering more secrets, and it's really been filling that true crime void in my heart. So if you want to try June's Journey, and I highly recommend you do, because I have been a loyal player of this game for what, like 7 years now? I love it. It's never once been taken off of my phone. You can download the game right now through the link in the description of this video, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Of course, it is free to download on iOS and Android, as well as on your PC. So thank you again to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. We love you guys. We will always love June's Journey over here. Oh, look at my poorly little finger. Okay, I'll let you get back to book Ellie in a second, but let me explain the finger. We took Pluto, well, we took both of the cats to the vets this morning to get their vaccines, and Pluto is the little monster of the two. The vet was trying to do the vaccine in the back of her neck and she kept like hissing and turning and biting the vet. So I was like trying to hold her down. And you know, like when you take your friend to get a piercing and they just want to like squeeze your hand for comfort? I was thinking that Pluto might bite on my thumb to, I don't know, just to save the vet. I didn't want the vet getting mauled by my cat. So I put my hand there and she literally punctured the skin. She pierced my thumb. She's crazy. She's a crazy girl. Anyway, they're both all good. And back to the books. Oh, I made a really stupid boo-boo. So there was one box in our house that was still unpacked from when we moved here. We've been here like nearly 6 months. I don't know how I missed a box. It's been in the garage the whole time, so I didn't even really know that it existed until we went in there the other day. I was like, oh, I should really unpack that box. Brought it upstairs, was gonna go unpack it. Went out today, did a book haul, came back, unpacked a little bit of the book. I already owned this book, so it's going back to the charity shop. I'm going to continue the circle of life, but I haven't read it yet, so I do need to read my own copy. But this is They Both Die at the End, and I've heard that they both die at the end, so. On September 5th, a little after midnight, Deathcast calls Mateo Torres and Rufus Ametrio to give them some bad news. They're going to die today. Mateo and Rufus are total strangers, but for different reasons, they're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news, there's an app for that. It's called The Last Friend, and through it, Rufus and Mateo are about to meet up for one last great adventure, to live a lifetime in a single day. Wow! Wow! That sounds really good. I'm really excited for that. I know so many people have read this by now, but also, I just freaking love this cover. And I've always said that, and I've always thought that. Ooh! It's like in text, yay! Oh wait, no, I think that's just them like meeting on the app, maybe. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why do I do that? Why do I open the book on random page? Because then I spoil bits for myself. I opened a book earlier and saw the word abortion. Did I keep that in? I don't know. This one really interested me. I've never heard of this before. It's called Burnt Sugar, and I'll read you the back of it. This is a tale of obsession and betrayal. This is a poisoned love story, but not between lovers, between mother and daughter. Tara and Antara. The woman and her angry shadow, but which one is which? When I first read this to Jack, he was like, that's so funny. Tara and Antara, like Tara and evil Tara. But yeah, I don't really know what the story of this is, but just that it features a very tumultuous mother and daughter relationship. Not something I can relate to, gratefully, I love you, mummy, but something I'm very interested to read about. Oh, it's set in the 1980s. I'm flicking through I Never Learnt My Lesson, and the chapters are like different years. Ooh, this is the author's first novel. Her name is Avni Doshi. This is her first novel. Good for you, girl. Ooh, this one had actually been on my TBR list in my phone notes for a while, and I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe Jack Edwards talked about it. Honestly, pretty much all my book recommendations are from his videos. But this is A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan, and when I first read that title to my boyfriend, you can imagine the reaction. This book was made in a time before the word goon was ruined by the internet. Benny is an aging former punk rocker and record executive. Sasha is the passionate, troubled young woman he employs. Here, Jennifer Egan brilliantly reveals their pasts, along with the inner lives of a host of other characters whose paths intersect with theirs. With music pulsing on every page, A Visit from the Goon Squad is a startling, exhilarating novel of self-destruction and redemption. Girl like me love music. So I'm won over. I think that's pretty much the reason I got that high fidelity record book, you know. I just like anything that's got music in it. I love talking about music, you know. I want to do some music videos on this channel, but I just don't really know how to do it without getting copyright claimed. I might like try and do a playlist video where I curate a playlist and like tell you all the songs and kind of describe them rather than play them. Anyways, back to books. But yeah, I watched someone's booktube video on this and I remember hearing them describe it and going, yep, that sounds right up my street. And then I was just like thumbing through the books in the charity shop and I saw this title and I knew that I recognized it and I didn't even read the back of it. I was like, yep, I know I want that. That's going right in my basket. God, and we still have so many more to talk about. Oh my God, this one I feel a bit catfished by, right? Ooh. Spoilers. Okay, I only read the back of this in the shop. I didn't see the front of it. And you're gonna realize how stupid this is in a second, but this is the reason I bought the book, based on what I'm about to read you. I've been in this life for 50 years, been trying to work out its riddle for 42, and been keeping diaries of clues to that riddle for the last 35. Notes about successes and failures, joys and sorrows, things that made me marvel and things that made me laugh out loud. How to be fair, how to have less stress, how to have fun, how to hurt people less, how to get hurt less, how to be a good man, how to have meaning in life, how to be more me. Recently, I worked up the courage to sit down with those diaries. I found stories I experienced, lessons I learned and forgot, poems, prayers, prescriptions, beliefs about what matters, and a whole bunch of bumper stickers. I found a reliable theme, an approach to living that gave me more satisfaction at the time and still. If you know how and when to deal with life's challenges, how to get relative with the inevitable, you can enjoy a state of success I call catching green lights. He kind of lost me to the end there. I don't really know what you're talking about. Yeah, the book is called Greenlights. It's by Matthew McConaughey. That's the bit that I didn't clock in the shop. Apparently this is a really good book though, you know, because I brought it home and I told Jack about it and I was like, I fully bought this book just thinking it was book by author. Get it home and it's chuffing Matties. But Jack was like, oh no, I've heard about this book and apparently it's really, really good. So I am excited to read this. It just jump scared me when I saw that guy's face on the front and I was like, oh, I know you. Just thumbing through it, it looks like, I love things like this that are like in all different formats. We got like letter there. Oh my God, there's even a little photo in there. Mad. Truth's like a jalapeno. The closer to the root, the hotter it gets.
You getting it? I'm getting it. I don't get it.
Fair. Fair enough. I'm quite excited for that. I really am. Okay, let's go a little bit crimey. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't read that much about crime and death and murder. I'm on a true crime break at the moment, so I'm just trying to protect my little brain. But this really caught my attention. I think it was just the cover. I judged a book on its cover because isn't that beautiful? It's got like a smashed wine glass. It's called Blood Orange. Alison has it all. A loving family and a career on the rise. She's just been given her first murder case to defend. But all is never as it seems. And that's all you get on the back. They said, enjoy. It's about a lawyer defending a murder case. Read it. Oh, I just think it's so beautiful. We've got a lot of like red and orange going on today, huh? A damaged marriage, a toxic affair, a dark obsession. Sounds like an Eleanorneale video, doesn't it? This one I'm so excited about. You guys know that Goon is like one of my favorite YouTubers on this green earth. And he did a video a while ago that I watched, I devoured it, I absorbed it. It was all about this book, No Longer Human, by Osamu Dazai. Possibly pronouncing that wrong. And I kind of forgot about that video that he did until one of you guys commented on one of my book videos not long ago saying you would really like the book No Longer Human, and I read that comment and I went, oh my God, yeah, that's the Goon video. And then I walk in the charity shop and there it is for me waiting on the shelf and I went, yep, please, yep, that's mine. So this is like semi-autobiographical, right? Ellie and her big words again. Hi, baby. We have a kitty. You want to come and say hello to your friends?
Hello, mother.
Mine has been a life of much shame. I can't even guess myself what it must be to live the life of a human being. Portraying himself as a failure, the protagonist of No Longer Human narrates a seemingly normal life, even when he feels himself incapable of understanding human beings. Oh, you want to leave? Okay. Obayozo's attempts to reconcile himself to the world around him begin in early childhood, continue through high school where he becomes a clown to mask his alienation, and eventually led to a failed suicide attempt as an adult. Without sentimentality, he records the casual cruelties of life and its fleeting moments of human connection and tenderness. Semi-autobiographical. Oh, yes. No Longer Human is the final completed work of one of Japan's most important writers, Osamu Dazai. Oh wow, he died quite young. Was he like 39? Holy schmoly. Still one of the 10 best-selling books in Japan, No Longer Human is a powerful exploration of an individual's alienation from society. Sounds interesting. And I know I liked it when I watched Goon's video about it. Again, very excited. And also, not many words on page. Yay! I like it when they got this big board around it. Oh! One day I'm gonna bring out a book that has one word per page. 50-word book. Ooh, I got a little classic. I got little classics. I'm trying to like build out my classics collection, and I feel like secondhand books, charity shop books are the way to do that. 'Cause there's so many of the classics in circulation. It actually makes me sad when I see them sold in Waterstones. Not sad, but you know. Like, there's just so many out there, come on. I got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And fun fact, actually, you guys, I don't think know this about me, but my dad has a business that is named after the Bronte sisters because they're from the same place as us. So if you're ever in Queensbury and you need a new house, hit up Bronte estate agents, you know what I mean? It's my sister that runs it now though. My dad has retired. And actually that was the path that I was also supposed to take, but look at me. Look at me, I'm on the internet talking about books and murder. Oh wow, someone's annotated this. Ooh, I love it. This is giving like school annotation though. It's not giving like, I really like this line. Oh, that's so much fun. I love it when a charity shop book has someone else's imprint on it. Oh, women can't take physical action in positively dominant way, e.g. violence to be stronger. I don't know what you're talking about, but excited to read this. I've never actually read Jane Eyre. I don't know what it's about. Perhaps a lady called Jane Eyre, maybe. Jane Eyre is one of the great romantic heroines of world literature. Orphaned into cold charity at the hands of her rich cousins and later at Lowood School, Jane escapes to take up a position as governess to the young ward of Mr. Rochester. Their love affair, Jane's discovery of Rochester's secret, hideously concealed in the attic of Thornfield Hall, and her desperate flight are told in a drama of passionate intensity whose pace never slackens. Jane Eyre is a love story with a happy ending. I got it spoiled by the blurb. This is rare in its time for its sympathetic portrayal of the love of a married man for another woman. It is, as Thackeray said, the masterwork of a great genius. And I've always said that about the Bronte sisters. That's my girls. Them's my girls. Hands up if you've ever been to the Bronte Museum in Haworth. Hands up if it changed your life. Kinda, I don't know. I just like knowing that strong women came from the same place that I came from, like creative women, powerful women. But I'm not gonna lie, the museum just smells old. Another one, we have Anatomy of a Scandal that was made into a Netflix series. I assume this book was printed before it was a series, but I've just Googled it and it came out in 2022, so cool. I don't know. I'd heard of it, so I bought it. I don't know, there's one shop. It's, you know what, and I'll tell you which one it is. It's the Oxfam on Western Road. I actually got a little Oxfam tote bag when I was there because their book selection, they have a whole room of books at the back of the thing, so I ended up buying that many books in that one store that I had to buy a tote bag, and this was one of them. A high-profile marriage thrust into the spotlight, a prosecutor who believes justice has been a long time coming, a scandal that will rock Westminster, and the women caught at the... Sorry, the sticker's over the fucking blurb. At the heart of it. And that's it, that's all. I don't know. Scandal. Scandal's gonna rock Westminster, and this is the anatomy of it. Yes! I'm just gonna read one of the little reviews. A brilliant read that is both quintessentially British and on point, with a plot that tackles sexual predation, victim shaming, and coercive control, the elegant plot twists and turns, but it's the gender and sexual politics that make this thriller such a compelling read. Exploring notions of consent, public personas, insidious abuse and predators, reliance on shame. Wow. Okay, well, that was a better blurb. You should put that on the back, I think. Also, I guess that's a trigger warning. Ooh, I found like a very bright and specific book. Honestly, I wasn't that won over by it. It's called Tell Me I'm Worthless. You know what? I was won over by that title. And then I turned it round. I realized it's a haunted house book, which is not really my kind of thing. As I've said in videos before, I'm not much of a ghosty, ghouly, you know, haunted house kind of bitch. And it's because I believe in spirits and I believe that they can communicate, but I don't believe that there's some sort of like malicious force that wants to scare us. I think that that does exist. I'm sure that there are, like, I'm sure that demons do exist. I believe that. What's in my hair there? What's that? It was the demons. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about ghosties, but this is a haunted house book, which I genuinely nearly put it down. And then I was like, Hold on. A dark, unflinching haunted house novel that takes readers from the well of the literary Gothic up through Brighton's queer scene and out into the heart of modern-day trans experience. They said it's set in Brighton. And I said, oh, fine, I'll have it then, I'll have it. That's where I live. Okay, so Alison Rumfitt, the author of this, is a writer and semi-professional trans woman. Tell Me I'm Worthless is her debut novel. Ooh, okay, girl. Aww, and at the very end of her bio, it just says, she loves her friends. And I love her. I'm actually going to read you more about this. Okay. 3 years ago, Alice spent one night in an abandoned house with her friends Ela and Hannah. Since then, things have not been going well. Alice is living a haunted existence, selling videos of herself cleaning for money, going to parties she hates, drinking herself to sleep. She hasn't spoken to Ela since they went into the house. She hasn't seen Hannah either. Memories of that night torment her mind and her flesh, but when Ela asks her to return to the house, past the keep out sign, over the sick earth where teenagers dare each other to venture, she knows she must go. Together, Alice and Ela must face the horrifying occurrences that happened there. They must pull themselves apart from the inside out, put their differences aside, and try to rescue Hannah, who the house has chosen to make its own.
Are you reading?
I'm doing a book haul.
Oh, lovely.
I've already shown him the Matthew McConaughey book.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good. I'm going to read that after you're done.
You know what? Whenever you come into my videos like that, it's giving, you know, like on Tom and Jerry, where you would never see
knew you
people's
were gonna say
faces. This one I've never heard of before, The Housekeeper and the Professor, but it was the back. It was the back that got me. He is a brilliant maths professor who lives with only 80 minutes of short-term memory. She is a sensitive and astute young housekeeper who is entrusted to take care of him. Each morning, as the professor and the housekeeper are reintroduced to one another, a strange, beautiful relationship blossoms between them. The professor may not remember what he had for breakfast, but his mind is still alive with elegant equations from the past. Oh my god, I've got a little hair on my face and it's itching. Continue. He devises clever maths riddles based on her shoe size or her birthday, and the numbers reveal a sheltering and poetic world to both the housekeeper and her 10-year-old son. With each new equation, the three lost souls forge an affection more mysterious than imaginary numbers, and a bond that runs deeper than memory. I don't know, I just find these kind of stories really interesting, where it's like, this shouldn't be able to happen, but it's happening. You know, like this guy has a short-term memory. He shouldn't be able to remember this woman or have any long-lasting memories of this woman, but it's happening. And the cover kind of cute. Pink flowers. I like pink. And kind of short. Ooh, I love a short book. How many pages? 180 pages. That's a perfect amount of pages. Oh, we have a Taylor Jenkins read. I have wanted to read more Taylor Jenkins read for a while. This is Malibu Rising, August 1983. It is the day of Nina Reaver's annual end of summer party. Everyone who is anyone wants to be around the Reavers. Surfer and supermodel Nina, brothers Jay and Hood, and their baby sister Kit. Together, the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the children of the legendary singer Mick Reaver. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Reaver mansion will have gone up in flames. But before that, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and secrets will come bubbling to the surface. It sounds gossipy, it sounds scandalous, it sounds drunk, it sounds all my favorite things. That's one thing I've heard a lot about Taylor Jenkins Reid, is that her books are very like celebrity culture, gossip, like just everything that I like. I just love a good natter. I love a good inconsequential natter and gossip. I love hearing about people's scandals, people's secrets, even if they are fictional. I know that this is a super, super popular book, so if you've read this, let me know what you thought of it. To be fair, if you've read any of these, let me know what you thought of them, especially the ones that I clearly haven't ever come across before. I would love to, no spoilers, obviously, but I would love to know what vibe you guys get from them, you know? Oh my god, I've just read one of the little review quotes on here. It says, a sex on the beach cocktail of a book. That's exactly what I was saying, man. To add to my little classics collection, this isn't a classic, but it's all about Virginia Woolf. This is like a little biography. It's got little pictures in it. But I don't know, I saw it and I was like, yeah. Why would I not want to learn a little bit more about Virginia Woolf? I really want to read the Babbitts and Didion book. Or is it the other way around? Didion and Babbitts by Lily Annalick. which is all about Eve Babbitt and Joan Didion. And I thought that this was quite a mini formal version of that. Virginia Woolf was one of the most significant novelists of the 20th century and a leading figure in the Bloomsbury Group. In her brilliant experimental novels such as To the Lighthouse and The Waves, she extended the boundaries of fiction writing. While Woolf delighted in the friendships and intrigues of her literary milieu, her life was marred by mental illness, and in 1941 she drowned herself. Her life and work reveal her feminist ideals, her modernism, and her acute sensitivity to the minute details of human life. Yeah, I just kind of want to be a bit more of a literary baddie, you know? Like, I just want to be a bit more educated, like, on the greats and on the classics. So I thought that this one would be a good one to pick up. But this one was expensive. I mean, it's in very, very good condition. I love when I pick up a book at the charity shop and like the spine isn't even bent. Okay, well, I've just given away the next book. This is Cursed Bunny by Bora Chung. The lady in the charity shop commented on how cute the cover is, and I don't know, I don't really agree. Like, I know it's a bunny and bunnies are cute, but this is a freaky looking bunny. This is a cursed bunny. Like, it does what it says on the tin. That's just not cute, girl. This really doesn't say much of what it's about, but I don't know. It's just kind of like, it just had a bit of an aura about it on the shelf. I found myself being like, oh, I don't really need that one. And then as I was about to leave the shop, I was like, oh, but what about that purple bunny book again? Cursed Bunny is a genre-defying collection of short stories by Korean author Bora Chung. Blurring the lines between magical realism, horror, and science fiction, Chung uses elements of the fantastic and surreal to address the very real horrors and cruelties of patriarchy and capitalism in modern society. Love that. Love that. Love a bit of dismantling the patriarchy, if that's what we're gonna give a go with that. Ooh, is this another one that's been adapted into a movie? Just give me a second to Google. I don't think this has been made into a movie. Well, now I'm confused why there's just a picture of like two fellas on it. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you it. Oh wait, it literally fucking says on the front of the book, now a BBC programme. So that'll be why. This is Mayflies by Andrew O'Hagan. I have had my eye on Caledonian Road for ages. Not entirely sure why, just because I think, one of my friends used to live on Caledonian Road, right? And I just think the cover of Caledonian Road is beautiful. And yeah, every time I see it in a shop, I'm like, okay, I will pick that up one day, but it's just never been like high up in my priorities. And then I saw this and recognized that it was by the same author, and I was like, okay, I'll give that a go. And it turns out, I think this is like his most popular book, so great place to start. It's also been made into a BBC programme, as you can see. Everyone has a Tully Dawson, the friend who defines your life. In the summer of 1986, James and Tully ignite a friendship based on music. Woo! You knew I was there. Based on music, films, and the rebel spirit. With school over, they rush towards a magical weekend of youthful excess in Manchester, played out against the greatest soundtrack ever recorded. And there is a vow made, to go at life differently. 30 years on, the phone rings. Tully has news. It was that last little bit that got me, and I was like, oh, what's the news, Tully? What's the story? Morning glory. Oh my god, and there's actually a quote on the back of this book by the author of Shuggie Bain, and that's funny because this cover reminded me of the Shuggie Bain one. I have to Google it just to double check. Oh, me when I literally fucking lie. I was thinking of a different book. What was I thinking of? Lord knows. Only the Lord would know. That concludes this massive secondhand book haul. How long is it going to take me to read all these? I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, but you know why I did this? I should have explained this in the beginning because it feels so unnecessary to buy this many books all in one sitting. But I did just convince Jack to get me a bookcase for the living room. Yeah, I do have a bookshelf in my office room, but I have filled it and then some. Like, it's been overflowing for weeks. So I ordered a shelf on Amazon literally last night, and then went out and bought all of these before it's even fucking arrived at the house. It's a problem. Anyways, it's not my problem, it's Jack's. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this book haul. Again, let me know if you've read any of the books, and I might do another one of these again. I might just like save all the books that I buy so that I can like haul them all at once and show you what I'm about to be reading. I don't know where to start. Let me know which one I should start with. If there's like one that you're all like, you should have read that last year. Hi, me again. I just want to say thank you once again to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. Remember, it's free to download on iOS, Android, and on your PC. You can click the link in the description down below or scan the QR code on screen. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!